Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, DIY Decor. So today I'm going to make a gorgeous flower arrangement that hangs. So I'm going to use these styrofoam balls from the Dollar Tree. I've got 3 of these, and I'm going to use this bunch of white roses. Now I'm actually going to use 4 bunches of the white roses. First, I'm just taking the roses and I'm going to pull them off of the stems, and then I'm going to take my rose and I'm going to stick the stem into the styrofoam ball, making a little hole, and then I'm going to add hot glue to the stem, press that stem back into the hole, and I do all of the roses like this. No specific order, no rhyme or reason. I just use 4 bundles until I get a full ball. So one ball will have the white roses. I did another one using those kind of coral looking colored roses, and then I used the third ball with the kind of peach looking colored roses. Now you could totally do this for any season or any decor style. This would be gorgeous with some sunflowers for the fall or poinsettias for the winter or whatever. So now we're going to add some ribbon. 3 different lengths of ribbon to each one of the balls. So I cut my ribbon, one at 14 inches, one at 16 inches, and one at 18 inches. So I'm just going to take some glue and add it to the end of one of the ribbons, and I'm going to separate those flower petals and stick it right down inside of there and mash it onto the styrofoam ball. Now I'm going to make a bow. So I start out by just making a loop. That's going to be the center of my bow, and then I'm going to add a loop to one side and a loop to the other side, and then I go back and do a second loop. This time I make it about ½ inch longer than the previous loop, and then I go back and do a third loop on both sides, making it again about ½ inch longer than the loop before it. So then we're just going to scrunch it up in the middle, and I'm going to take a piece of jute twine and just cut me off a piece here so that I can tie it as tight as I can to the back of our ribbon. And then I'm just going to kind of fluff out my loops a little bit. Then using my scissors, I'm just going to cut that ribbon. Now we need a tail for our bow. So using the same ribbon, I'm just going to take and measure the length of the tails that I want, and then cut that ribbon. And then I'm going to put the 2 ends together and cut upward to ducktail the ends. And now we can attach the tail to our bow. So using a pipe cleaner, I'm just going to pinch the middle of where the tails are, run the pipe cleaner through the bow, and then add it around the center of our tails and give it a couple twists, fluff the bow some more, and there we go. So now we need to attach our flower balls to our bow. So taking the ends of the 3 ribbons that our flower balls are attached to, I just take and scrunch those up and wrap our pipe cleaner around them and twist it as tight as I can get it. And then the rest of the pipe cleaner we'll just take and twist the ends together to make a hanger to go on a door or a wall or what have you. And then the ends of the ribbon, I do take and snip those off. And I also add a little bit of hot glue in between those 3 ribbon ends and my bow, just for extra security. And now we have all 3 flowered balls attached to our bow, and we are ready to hang it up. And here is our finished project hanging up. I think this is so gorgeous and perfect for spring, for Easter. But again, you can totally take these flowers and turn it into a hanging for Christmas or for fall or 4th of July or any decor style. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. For this next project, we're going to take this little 3D bunny head from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to snip the tag off, and then I am going to unwrap all of this tinsel, and I'm going to keep the ears and the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Now this does come in 2 pieces, so I'm just going to take some hot glue and add it and put the 2 pieces back together so it doesn't come apart on me. Now I'm going to take some of this white velvet yarn. I got this from Walmart, and we're going to be using this to wrap our bunny. Starting at the bottom, I just add some glue all along that bottom rim there, and I add my yarn. I go all the way around, and then I just start wrapping the yarn all the way around the little bunny head. Now that I have the head cover, I'm just going to start going around one of the ears, and I'll just keep wrapping till I get up to the very top of the ear. And then we will start applying more hot glue to make sure it is nice and secure to the tip of the ear. And then I also try to fold it to make it a little bit smaller each time so that the ear has a little bit more of a skinnier tip at the end. And then we do the other ear the same way. I add some glue in between the 2 ears and start wrapping the ear until I get all the way to the top of this ear. Then again, adding some hot glue at the tip of the ear. And then wrapping it, making it a little bit smaller just to form a little tip. So I was not happy with the way that it turned out. It wasn't fluffy enough. It wasn't full enough for me. So what did I do? I went back, started at the bottom, add glue, and wrapped it around once, and went all the way to the top of the head and to the tip of the ears again. So I actually wrapped it twice, and I think this turned out much better. So now I'm going to take the eyes that I had taken off at the beginning, and I'm going to use these same eyes to just glue right back down onto the bunny. Now, taking a piece of fabric that I had on hand, you could use any kind of fabric or ribbon for this, but I'm just going to take the ear that I had taken off, and I'm going to trace around it. I'm going to do this twice for both ears, and then I'm going to cut the ears out. And then I'm going to take my glue gun, and I am going to glue the ears down in place. Then I'm going to take a white pom-pom from the Dollar Tree and glue it to the back of the bunny for a cottontail. Now this is the nose that we had kept that was on the tinsel, and I am not loving this red sequin color here, so I'm just going to take some Waverly chalk paint. This is the color ink, and I'm going to give this a good coat of the chalk paint. Then I will glue this nose down, and then the mouth that I took off, I also glue it down as well. And I did make another one of these. I did the same thing. I just wrapped this one in a thick jute twine, and then I added burlap ribbon for the ears, buttons for the eyes and the nose, and then I took some thinner jute twine, tied a knot in the middle, cut the strands, and attached it for the little whiskers. And then I made a little pom-pom out of some yarn and stuck it to the back. And here's our bunnies. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you give this a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.